My name is Amy Gadsden. I'm the Associate Dean for International Programs, and I'm happy to talk with you today about the Penn Law International Internship Program, or what we call PLIP. So in addition to the Human Rights Fellowship Program, we have a complementary program called the Penn Law International Internship Program. And that program was designed and set up a couple of years ago to give students who want experience in corporate and transactional practice, I guess to a lesser extent litigation practice, but really corporate and transactional practice, to give them an opportunity to understand how corporate and transactional work is done in foreign law firms overseas. So, the Human Rights Fellowship Program is there to serve students interested in public interest and international human rights. And the Penn Law International Internship Program is there to serve students who see themselves maybe going into firm practice down the road and want to have a valuable international experience in their typically the summer after their first year, that will kind of give them an edge and give them an insight into how international practice takes place abroad. That program identifies, it's almost the opposite of the Human Rights Fellowship Program, it identifies internship opportunities at foreign firms overseas, typically through Penn Law alums. And those internships are offered by the firms, and so each internship looks different in terms of duration, in terms of size of the firm, in terms of compensation, and we pull together the internship placements. We essentially advertise them or make them available to 1L students, and then you apply to those internships in the same way that you'd apply for any other kind of job, submitting a resume and a cover letter. We aggregate the resumes and cover letters. We don't do any selection process at the law school. We provide all applications and cover letters to the firms themselves, and they will identify candidates that they want to interview and potentially make offers to for the summer. Penn Law absolutely supports students who want to work in foreign offices of U.S. or major international law firms. The PLIP program is explicitly designed to give you the perspective of the local firm overseas. So for students who want to work for a U.S. firm or an international firm in their Hong Kong or London or Tokyo office, that counseling, those opportunities come from career planning and professionalism. So there's a process, you announce them in January and you would apply in the beginning of the second semester. It is left to each individual firm to determine their compensation. And those packages look different, really depending on the firm and the culture, the legal culture in that country. The end result of that tends to be that there are more opportunities for splitting the summer if you have a PLIP internship than other international programs like the Human Rights Fellowships Program. So we will have students who will spend 5 or 6 weeks in the U.S. working for a firm and then negotiate with the PLIP firm to spend 5 or 6 weeks there, particularly if the compensation is de minimis. But what's important to understand is that the more time you're able to give to a firm, the more they're able to give to you to do. So as you're considering this, if you spend 8 to 10 weeks at a foreign firm, the odds are you're going to get more out of that experience than a more limited engagement. Firms will indicate in their description what the terms for the internship are. Sometimes they want to see certain kinds of coursework. So for example, we've offered a PLIP internship in Taiwan at an IP firm, and they're really interested in bringing in people who have engineering backgrounds. Other PLIP placements have language requirements or certainly language preferences. So it's it's something to keep in mind, but it's not obligatory. Most firms working with overseas clients have the ability to speak English. It's just sometimes that the language used in the office will be the local language, and so certainly encourage people with language skills to think about that as an asset. It's not a prerequisite unless explicitly stated. We've had a lot of 2Ls do the PLIP program with a lot of success. I mean, it's been very valuable and positive for them, and it's helped them kind of navigate their career choices, I think, moving forward. And it's just a fantastic opportunity to see, you know, how foreign firms interact with U.S. or international law firms on some of the corporate and transactional work that they do. So it's kind of the receiving end perspective. I mean, for the student who's going to go into corporate and transactional work, you know, I suspect 9 times out of 10 they'll be in that U.S. law firm someday, working, identifying a local counsel who will be their partner in advising a client on a transactional matter in a foreign country. And so this is a chance to understand how a foreign firm might be structured, what the culture is, how they operate and do their work. It's just a really unique insight and a valuable insight that helps students prepare themselves for a career down the line.